I don't know how to start off today's video. I'm gonna be completely honest. Good morning, everyone. My name's Zach. Welcome to my ZacBaldy YouTube channel, where I basically upload things about my life, and pretty much every 6 months I get a new car or a new thing or new something. My partner tells me my undiagnosed ADHD kind of takes me on random tangents. But anyway, I got way too many projects on the go. Let's quickly let's show you everything I'm currently doing. Alright, so behind me, I'm currently in the middle of a massive garage renovation. About 4 months ago, I ended up purchasing a house, so that's been a very cool thing to do. As you can see, it's a pretty cool little space. I got a wicked little sort of garage area that's horribly untidy at the moment. I discovered an oil leak on my Falcons. Okay, so mid-garage renovation, because I want to make some great videos for you guys with a really cool space that I can finally do myself. The XR50 Turbo Ute, whatever the hell you want to call it, had a mad oil leak, so I've just fixed that, which means that I'm halfway through painting. I've just redone the timing cover on this. I've left tools absolutely everywhere. This needs a wash. My Evo has been sitting outside and it also desperately needs a wash. I blocked it in with my partner's Corolla. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to chuck out in hard rubbish, because this is just all the stuff that the old owners just left around the house and stuff from the garage that we've taken down. Today my goal is to paint the roof and then the walls, hopefully maybe today. But that's not going to stop me from showing you guys one thing that I picked up a couple of days ago. I have been on and off toying about getting my motorbike license, and I was actually going to in Brisbane. I was going to buy a Honda Grom and I was going to absolutely love the hell out of that, get my motorbike license up in Brisbane. So yes, I've been toying with the idea of getting my bike license for the last probably 5 or 6 years. Ever since I sort of had my own free will, moved out of home and did everything. Oh god, that was 9 years ago now. I've been toying with the idea of getting a motorbike for about 9 years. And every time I go visit my mates in Newcastle since, they've always told me to go get a motorbike, go do this, go do that. And I've always toyed with the idea. I've always been just way too scared about doing it, and it's always been a huge upfront cost to get everything started. But now, 2 weeks ago, I got my motorbike license. And I also bought myself a motorbike. I'm gonna show you guys what it is. I'm gonna pull it out onto my driveway so that way you guys can actually see it. I'm very keen to show you. I'll give you guys a little bit of a walk around of the whole thing. Oh, we didn't even talk about this little side project too, the Integra. It's there as well. I might be tracking it soon again, if I find the motivation to book a track day in. All right, I'm gonna move some cars around. I'm gonna show you the bike. Let's do it. Well, here she is, guys. This is my brand new, notice how it's not new to me. This is my brand new Honda CBR500R. It is absolutely amazing. I have never bought anything brand new in my life in terms of like a motorbike or a car or anything crazy. Not even my house is brand new, it's used. I picked this up from Team Moto Frankston. Dave, if you're watching this, thank you so much for the amazing experience getting this bike. I'm incredibly stoked. So yes, CBR500R. This is the brand new 2024-2025 model. It's got a massive facelift and it looks absolutely beautiful. So there are a few bikes that were on my radar, and this was probably one of the first ones that jumped out to me. A lot of my friends told me to get, and also the ones that I probably like the look of the most. But then when I was tossing up the options between the R3, the Ninja 500, the CBR 500, only one real option stood out. I was extremely close to buying an R3. That was going to be my first bike, but I didn't want to buy a bike, especially being brand new. I didn't want to buy a bike that I was going to outgrow in the next couple of years' time. The R3 is a beautiful bike, and it's probably something, if I was going to buy a used bike, would most likely get. And the reason I went with the sport bike, pretty much most of my commute, if I go to and from work, is on the highway. And so a naked bike probably doesn't suit me as well as what a sport bike does. Plus, I just absolutely love the way that these things look. It looks incredible. So another thing that heavily swayed me as well, the reason majorly that I decided to pull the pin and finally get my motorbike, my Ute is extremely expensive to run every single day, and my Evo is no better. So I worked out and did all the math and basically came to the conclusion that I could get a bike, finance it, put insurance on it, and pay for fuel, all for less than me filling up one of these two cars every single week. And the reason I brought a brand new bike was because I have an offset for the mortgage on the house, and this, in terms of finance, Honda was doing a killer deal of like 2.99%. So I paid $9,000 for a brand new CBR500R, which already keep their value so well. It's saving me money because I haven't pulled money at the offset, and I can commute on this bike and do everything for about $40 less a week than it takes driving my ute. So I'm really happy. But yes, I'll quickly run you through some of the specs if you guys are looking at potentially picking up a CBR500R for yourself. Basically, this thing here, 2-cylinder, 470-ish cc engine. And I keep laughing at my partner when she tells me her Corolla has never literally broken down the entire time we've had it. This is probably the Corolla of sports bikes. It's probably the most horrible way of putting it. But this bike is one of, if not the most reliable bikes you will probably ever get. Honda has an incredible name behind it, and of course from cars and stuff like that, I immediately gravitated towards the Honda. Big Honda fan. But yes, one of the reasons why I got this instead of, like, let's say the Ninja 500 or even the R3 or something similar is because the CBR 500R actually has a few different spicy things on it that I preferred when I was looking at the bike, sort of stuff that's going to help it hold its value in the future as well. So looking at the very front, for starters, this came standard on Michelin Road 6s, so front and back, really good tires. I'm a massive Michelin fan. Pretty much most of my cars run Michelin. Actually, in saying that now, none of them. That's Nankang, that's Advan, and that's Continental. Okay, all right. Anyway, Michelin Road 6s, very happy with these tires. And also you can find they have two massive disc rotors on the front, aside from the standard one that most like Lambs approved bikes will have. I believe these are two-pot, so two-pot Nissan calipers up front as well. And it's got these beautiful LED lights at the front as well, just make it look so hectic. Moving across the bike, I just absolutely love the tricolor Honda red. It just looks incredible. These bikes also come out in a black as well. However, aside from the way that I dress, I really don't like my cars being black and, you know, hard to keep clean, and, you know, I also want to be seen on the road, so I'm hoping that a bright red bike with blue stripes will definitely help. But coming through here, it's also got some Showa suspension as well. I've found the suspension to be really nice and comfy on this bike. The stockies also actually haven't found too bad. I actually don't mind the note of it, but it's one of those things where you get a brand new thing and you're like, oh yeah, it's good. But I'll probably change in the future, but at the moment I quite like the sound of it. Once again, massive Michelin Road 6 at the back here. Compared to other Lambs bikes, once again, the tires on this I believe are bigger and wider. Another reason as to why I went with this bike. This horrible tail thing we're going to be getting rid of in the future. We're definitely going to be doing that. And then aside from that, it has a brand new beautiful big TFT display. There you go, you guys can see it nice. So it also has like navigation and stuff like that. My phone's probably going to start talking to me from inside, but yes, absolutely love the TFT display. It looks just incredible. Oh, look at it. Now, another huge reason why I went with the CBR500R is because originally when I was going to get my bike license, I was looking at a Grom, and then when I had my RX-7s, I really wanted an MC22 or a CBR250RR. 250cc, 20,000 redline. The thing was just incredible. However, as a daily bike, I just couldn't justify the cost that they are now. It seems like a fun weekender, but I don't know if I would want to daily it. So I got the next best thing, and that is my 500R. Now, I'm going to try and dummy up a moto vlog set because this is going to be the first time I'm actually taking it on like a ride that I want to take it on. So far, I've only like commuted on this to and from work. I bought it from the dealership, took it from work, and in 2 weeks, I've ridden it most days to work, which I'm really happy about. It's been a huge learning experience, especially because I haven't ridden a bike in 15 years. I kind of just did my license and went, holy crap, I can legally do this. And then, yeah, so don't expect anything crazy from me today. I'm literally just gonna be yapping behind the camera, having some fun. Probably talk a bit more about the bike whilst I'm on the road, or be quieter, I'm not quite sure. And also, it is still being run into, so I can't do any full throttle things, I can't do anything, not that I want to at the moment. I know probably a lot of you guys in the comments are gonna be like, the CBR500Rs are disgustingly slow bike. Look, I can assure you, I'll probably outgrow this bike in the future, but at the moment, this is way more than I ever need. It's zippy, it's fun, it's responsive, I love it. But yes, if you're after someone that's gonna be dragging knee on the road today, that's not me. Click off the video, you don't want to see that.
Alright, well, first of all, I'm gonna go and get some fuel because your boy has finally used a full tank. So we'll go do that. I got everything I need, I'm pretty sure. Test the GoPro angles, I'll probably pick up from the fuel station. Alright, so this probably is like the most ghetto vlog setup you guys have ever seen in your life. I've literally sticky taped a DJI Mini into my helmet, so hopefully it stays. You'll find very quickly that I'm a very cautious rider, especially, so this is coming into my second week of riding, and yeah, I've been pretty good. One thing that does scare me a lot though is rain. I've been caught in the rain twice now. It's a little bit daunting, but at the same time, something I gotta learn anyway, because I'm wanting to mainly commute as well on this bike, so that's my main goal. My main goal is to blow up. I also stuck another microphone in my back pocket, so you'll be getting the farts from the exhaust and the farts from your boy. However, they will be going on my OnlyFans. So yeah, I guess I've never ridden any other bikes, but I'll give you guys my rough impressions of the new 500. It is it's a beautiful bike, and from all the reviews I've watched and read, the 500 is a brilliant starting platform for someone that's getting into bikes. Now, I'm also not a very tall bloke. I'm 5'5" or 5'6", 168 centimeters tall, and I fit quite nicely on this bike. I can flat foot an R3. I cannot flat foot this bike, and I have debated getting a lowering kit for it, mainly just for the fact that I'm learning and want to flat foot, but at the same time, I don't really feel like I need it. I'll just get used to it. But yeah, it's a comfy bike. It's one of the heaviest ones of the LAMS approved bikes you can get. I didn't really see that as too bad of a thing, considering it's got more than enough power for everything that I want to do. But at the same time, it's also a little bit nicer for when it's windy, and I've already felt that a few times, because it's been rainy and bloody windy and everything in Melbourne recently, and it's been really like, just the weather's been terrible. So even today it's super windy, but the bike's staying planted. Those big tires sort of help as well, a bit more rotating mass. So as a beginner, it's actually not too bad. I quite enjoy it. Highways were one of the scariest things to begin with. I didn't like highways at all. It took me about a week or so to build up the confidence to even just merge onto a highway. But I guess that just comes with it. You do just learn over time what you can do, what you can't do. And I haven't really been pushing my boundaries. It's like, okay, well, you got to learn sometime, so you may as well try it. And yeah, usually most of the time it's not too bad. But yeah, today is literally going to be my first ever curvy roads, hills roads. It has been a little bit rainy and stuff recently, so that's probably another thing I'm going to have to keep note of. But at the same time, it's a very I know this road quite well from the Evo and stuff, and also helps that I'm following a truck doing 70 in 100 zone, but here we are, that's it. I'm just cruising, going nowhere fast. I don't need to go anywhere fast. Also, I still had a quarter of a tank, and I just filled up $18 it cost me to fill up, and it didn't have 95, so I just put 98 straight in it. Also, I hope this camera angle works for you guys. If not, I'm going to be re-recording this entire lot in a different angle. Oh, come on. What the fuck are you doing? The, as I was saying before, the stock exhaust in this bike actually, I quite like it. It's, I guess in comparison to cars and stuff like that, with cars, they just try and make it sound as, you know, quiet as it possibly can be. But with motorbikes, I guess, it's kind of like an enthusiast thing. And so even the stock exhaust on this is still, in my eyes, relatively loud. Makes some cool pops and bangs and stuff, and I don't know, I don't mind it. Look, it's going to be one of those things where, you know, in the future I probably will upgrade it and do some stuff, but at the same time, for now, it's more than enough for what I need. So when you get this bike, 400 kilometers of run-in, that's just literally putting around, but once again, being my first bike, it's actually been a blessing in disguise, because you learn how to do everything, you learn how to ride. Also, let me know about how the ghetto moto vlog setup goes, because I quite dig it. Hopefully it sounds nice. Hopefully my back pocket's actually capturing some decent exhaust audio, but we'll see how we go. Also, whilst I'm here, because he's probably going to watch this video, Luke from All Star in Dandenong, the bloke that taught me how to ride a bike, I thank you very much. He's a very, very nice guy, and if you guys are looking to get your motorbike license, definitely go check him out. Or don't. He didn't pay for the sponsorship. So, man, I'm going 55, and corners are fun. I can't dig it. I had the monster tack. Let's go. Oh, smell that. Smells so good. Please don't go right. Hey, there we go. I have a fellow biker behind me as well. I'll let him overtake me in a second. You're right. I'll let him do what he needs to do. So one of the biggest things I'm coming out here today to try is just to trust the tires. It's a little bit daunting. I'm not going to be pushing my limits at all, but just try to understand about what the tires are doing. And because yeah, one of my biggest things, especially coming from a car world into the bike world, is it's such a small contact patch. When you're coming into a corner like this, it's like, I have no idea how far I can lean over. So yeah, it's about this speed anyway, where you kind of lose the exhaust a little bit of the bike. Also, I need to get out of rotating car lines as well. I guess one of the biggest things you want to do is not run wide and target fixate on something, even though I'm going relatively slow right now. But from what I was told, you kind of want to take it out wide and then try not to hit some water, look for the exit, and then just point and shoot. But go on the inside. This is beautiful. Woohoo! The green stuff, that's scary. I don't know if I'm slippery, it looks slippery, but my mind tells me that slippery as fuck. This is wicked fun. I guess you guys are kind of getting my first impressions of riding a motorbike, because this is kind of like the first proper ride I've ever done. It's great. God, it's windy, but I'm so cautious. I guess that's a good thing though. So you can see it's got, that was half throttle, obviously still being run in. It's got more than enough pep to have a lot of fun. Like most cars and stuff like that, I kind of, most cars and stuff, you kind of beat off the lights without even trying really. I guess it's kind of the safest place to be. Have to do the nod. You must always respect the nod. I was kind of coming into motorbikes and going, you know what, yeah, nah, surely not every motorbike rider you wave at, or, you know, surely not everyone you nod at or something similar. I thought there was definitely going to be some people that wouldn't do it. I can guarantee you 99% of the motorbikers that 99% of the bikers that I have come past have all done it. It's absolutely awesome. A section of some relatively tight twisties. And here we are, in time for some breakfast, I think. Absolutely love Gembrook. The Dandenong Ranges are beautiful. I'm so lucky to have it so close. Beautiful spot. Park up with the bikers. Oh, there's this RX-8 go past. Oh, is that a 650? Or it could even be 1,000, I don't know. Oh, it's a 650. This was the bike I was going to buy. Was the bike. It's a beautiful bike. Sounds incredible. It's an older variant, but I don't mind it. But the biggest difference between these two here is that one there is a 4-cylinder versus this one here, which is just a 2. They sound much better. They're a little bit heavier. Obviously make more power and stuff, but God, it's a beautiful bike. The reason I went with one of these over that was because they're a bit more expensive. They didn't really have the same finance deals on, but also at the same time, to learn on, I think I was more so just going for the lightness and the cheaper bike, and I can always upgrade to that if I want to in the future. All right, helmet's coming off. Hope you guys enjoyed.